Okay, here we are with another ship. This is a Vulcan ship, as you can see by the round engine section. This is a Temporal ship. This is the Cheval Temporal Science Spearhead. Let's take a look at it in flight. Pretty cool. Very nice. Very pretty. I like the round engine things. It's pretty cool, and it definitely makes things distinctly Vulcan, which is a lot of fun. Alright, let's take a look. So this is the Cheval Temporal Science Spearhead. For my shields, warp, and deflector, I have 3 pieces of the set from the Discovery Legends. For my impulse engine, I actually have been adding a new one that I haven't used in the past on these videos. This is the Prevailing Innervated Impulse Engine, whatever the heck that means. But I'm doing it because when you turn on your beam fire at will, or another type of thing like that, you get a 350% flight speed and flight turn increase, which makes it a lot of fun to use and very useful. This came with all plasma weapons built in. Ooh, I missed one. Plasma. Let's add this one. What the heck? Okay. So I replaced them all with the plasma stuff that I had. Of course, you're going to go with the Romulan plasma beam array. Then you've got the advanced piezo plasma beam array and the plasmatic biomatter beam. And then for the rear, I have a isolytic plasma beam and a chronoplasma beam array. So they all have plasma damage. It had quantum torpedoes in the front and the back, so I added the dark matter quantum torpedo launcher from the Discovery Legends reputation. For the rear one, I added the quantum phase torpedo, which is, I think it's a reward for one of the missions. For my deflector, I've just got the typical Solanae secondary, which adds a shield remover, like a shield siphon. Takes it from the enemy ship, puts it on your ship, which is always good for science ships. For my devices, I have the red matter capacitor, the temporal negotiator, and the subspace field modulator, which in turn do more power, lower bridge officer recharge speeds, and damage resistance. For my engineering consoles, I have the isomagnetic plasma distribution manifolds, all of them tuned to weapon power, which allows my weapon power to be higher than usual. I always like to add the temporal disorder console, which allows me to get 4 copies of my ship as allies. I added the Pax nanite reinforced circuitry here, which increases my hull capacity and hull regeneration rate. For my tactical consoles, if you're doing plasma, you got to have this Fakiri Torment engine, which increases plasma damage, fire damage, non-hazard damage over time. Of course, I have this thing maxed out. I thought it'd be fun to have this automated defense turret. I can't remember what ship this is from, but it's pretty cool. It'll attack enemy projectiles that are like targetable or small ships and stuff like that. Once every 3 seconds. So it's pretty cool. It kind of just defends the ship. I've got this subspace fracture tunneling field. This is available from the Vulcan carrier. This allows you to transport to the enemy, debuffs them, rebuffs you, I'm sure, and holds them. No, it doesn't debuff them, it holds them, so you can shoot them. It also gives you some hit points. And then, of course, I've got a PAX directed energy distribution manifold, which increases my beam damage as well as my hull capacity. And then we have this console here, which is the one that actually comes with this ship. This is the Regenerative Shield Amplifier. Passively, it recharges your shield, or it increases your shield power setting, your shield restoration rate, and your passive shield regeneration rate. And then when you turn it on, it's called Intercept and Redirect. Teleports, taunts, and reinforces and regens. So you teleport. Oh, this is one. I didn't really read this until now. This is another one of those ones where you teleport right in front of your target. So it looks like it's pretty similar to the Voven, but it's got some other stuff going on. Basically, it's just jumping around to rescue people. So let's see how it does against the Borg. Oh, this also has the temporal mechanics, so I can use offensive, defensive, or support configurations, which are nice. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can use this console right away. So I just transported in the middle there and started attacking everybody. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Voven one too. See if that is a little bit similar or different. That worked. Just evaporate the enemy. So you see when I turn on those beam target will, I get to go super fast for a little while. So let's see. Transport with the Voven console. Then I'll transport with this console. Oh, he's already dead. That was pretty good. Let's try it again. Let's get some reinforcements this time. There we go. So we'll go ahead and transport to the enemy again. Intercept and redirect. There you go. So it makes those guys invincible for a little while. So there's a handful of consoles in the game that allow you to transport around and do this kind of stuff. So this is interesting. Well, that was much faster because I had some allies for that console to work on. That's pretty interesting that those consoles are similar. I didn't even notice that. There's a handful of consoles that do that. So, well, there you go. This is the Cheval Temporal Science Spearhead. Nice Vulcan ship. It's nice to have a couple of Vulcan ships in the game. Kind of built off the design from the Vulcan ships from Enterprise. Yeah, cool. All right, that's all for this one. We'll see you on the next one. Enjoy.